Retirement plans. Let's talk about it. Retirement plans. A lot of people had questions about retirement plans, different types and variations. I'm going to make it super simple for y'all so you can compare the retirement plans, choose what's best for you, and plan your future accordingly. So, the first thing with the retirement plans that you should know is that a 401k is not the same thing as an IRA. An IRA is an individual retirement account, meaning it's a personal investment account that you put money into. A 401k is an employer-based program. You decide how much of your income goes into that 401k. It's through your employer. It's not personal. So, IRA, personal, 401k, employer-based. I talked a little bit about that in my first video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put that in the link below. In the first video, I said a third of your income should come from personal investments and a third should come from employer-based. That's what I was talking about, basically. So keep those two things separate in your mind. The second thing you need to know is that a retirement plan itself is not an investment. A retirement plan, IRA, 401k, whatever, is a vehicle that you put your investments into. Your investments would be your mutual funds, index funds, any fund accounts, stocks, bonds, ETFs, which are exchange traded funds. All of those things are investments that you put into your respective plan. You can think of a retirement plan as a savings account with tax benefits, because retirement plans are basically created just for tax benefits. So let's talk about traditional IRA first. The pros to a traditional IRA is that all those capital gains that you get from it, capital gains from the investments, the dividends, the interest, all of that keeps compounding. It is not taxed. That means it can grow at its maximum level over the years. That account will grow bigger. It's not being taxed or hindered in any way. The flip side to that is that when you do pull out of that account, it will be taxed. Every time you pull out of that account, it's going to be taxed. On top of that, if you're not 59 and a half and you pull out of that account, you're going to get penalized 10% plus being taxed. So let's take an example. Say you retired 59 and a half, you're ready to have fun, go on a cruise, right? You want to pull out $2,000 for the cruise. You pull it out, you're excited. You're not going to get that $2,000. You're going to get $2,000 minus the tax that you owed on that amount. So you have to pull out more than what you were expecting, which can be pretty annoying in that scenario. Say you're under 59 and a half. Say you're 58, 57, 40, 30, whatever. If you pull out that $2,000, you're going to get taxed and a 10% penalty. And that's going to hurt. So the main things with traditional IRAs is you have to be in it for the long haul, because you can't pull out money early or it's going to really hurt your investments. On top of that, yes, traditional IRAs grow probably at a higher rate than most investment plans, but you have to pay taxes on the back end. So you have to think of the pros and cons accordingly. Now for Roth IRAs are different in that it's pre-taxed money, meaning you pay taxes before you put it into that Roth account. So you pay taxes before. That might be viewed as a con, but on the flip side of that, let's take the same example. You pull $2,000 out of your Roth account for that cruise. You retired, you ready to have fun. You pull $2,000 out. you're going to get $2,000 because you already paid taxes on it. Once you put money into a Roth account, you're never taxed on when you pull out money. On top of that, a Roth account is super flexible. You don't have to wait till 59 and a half to pull out money in a Roth IRA. You can pull out money early. It's called a qualified distribution, which basically means you have to qualify to pull that money out, but there's no penalties associated with pulling out money early in a Roth IRA, which is super flexible, super beneficial, especially in that example that I just gave. One thing with traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs is you can only contribute up to $6,000 per year starting 2019. So you can contribute $6,000 like clockwork, but that's the limit to contributing. With a Roth IRA, they put another limitation on it. You can only contribute $6,000 if you have a adjusted growth income less. If you're married filing jointly, it would be less than $203,000 per year. If you're single filing, you can't have an AGI above $137,000. So if you're making that kind of money, they won't let you invest in a Roth account, period, point blank. So you can see, why would they put all these limitations on it if it's not beneficial? So if you're under that $137,000 AGI and you're single, or if you're under that $203,000 and AGI and you're married filing jointly on your tax return, my personal opinion is you should be investing as much as you can in that Roth account. So that's the difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA. Roth pre-tax, traditional after tax. There's more limitations on Roth IRA. I personally see Roth IRA as being a little more beneficial than a traditional IRA, but everyone's situation is different, so I don't want to speak for everyone. Now let's talk about 401k. 401k is an employee-sponsored retirement plan. I guess one of the pros would be you can decide how much income goes toward the account. Like I said earlier, the main pro, though, is you can receive matching contributions from your employer. Now, they break that down into defined contribution or defined benefit. A defined contribution basically means that it's set in stone. Whatever they say the contribution is, it is for everybody that works there. A defined benefit is basically a pension plan, defined benefit pension, which means it's formula based. So they take different factors into how much they'll contribute to your plan. So they might take into account how long you've worked there, how important you are to the company, blah, blah, blah. It's formula based. So different types of contributions, but the great thing about 401k is they're giving you a contribution. So that's the main difference between a traditional IRA and a 401k. The cons to a 401k are similar to a traditional IRA. Is you can't withdraw money before 59 and a half, or you'll be penalized 10%, same thing. The difference between traditional IRA and a 401k is a 401k you can contribute up to $19,000 per year or $56,000 per year employee-employer joint contribution. So you can invest by yourself $19,000 a year, or you and the employer combined can invest up to $56,000 per year. And those are the differences, those are the similarities. All three of those retirement plans are good for your future. You just have to decide what's best for you. Me personally, I like the idea of I personally have a Roth 401k, but I think if you do a 401k with work and then a Roth IRA personal investment, if you have two accounts, where they're different. So one's either a traditional IRA or 401k, and then one's either a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA. Having both options when you retire is a great thing. So say you're on that cruise, you can pull money out of your Roth 401k or IRA and not be taxed. But your other account is actually growing more than your Roth account because you never paid tax on it yet. So I personally think of a traditional 401k and a traditional IRA as a savings account for retirement. And I think of a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA as my checking account that I can pull money out, not have to worry about getting penalized, taxed, or whatever. Everyone's different, everyone's situation is different, but that's how I personally look at it. You can decide for yourself. I just wanted to break down those 3 accounts for you. That's basically it. Please subscribe down below, like the video, tell me down in the comments what you want me to talk about, or you can email me. Check out the website. I have a website up now, jinxfin.com. And that's it, man. Oh, also I will write an article with all this information that I just talked about and put it on the website if you're a visual learner and you just want to kind of look at it visually. I have it for you, so don't worry about it. And that's it. And good talking to y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. I want to start pretty soon. I'm going to start making main videos on Mondays. And then I'll do like a question and answer kind of thing on Wednesdays. Tell me if y'all think that's a good idea. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I want to get as much content out to y'all as possible. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you later.